Welcome guys to our starting with a book called The Undercover Economist. So my name is Vishal Singh and my podcast name is Summaries of Book. So the book we are discussing today is The Undercover Economist by Tim Harford. Tim Harford was an economist and journalist. So here we are discussing about the part 1 of that book. Now some people might feel economy is a boring subject, but it is a very big field. If you want to do business, economy is a very important field, because what is the thing which influences people to buy the objects or not buying the objects? This is the thing we can learn from the economics. So it plays a very important role in any business. See, business take large decision by seeing the behavior of customer. So if you want to do good in business, you have to be good in economics. So economics is very important field. It tells about many things. It tells the buyer and seller signal. It gives buyer and seller signal. It also tells why some countries are poor and some countries are rich. So to know this, you need to learn economics. Now we are discussing about the Undercover Economist, written by Tim Harford. He is an economist and journalist. So so let's discuss about part 1 of this. So part 1 is all about. So let's start with. Let's assume that you have a own farm. A farmer needs a farm to earn money. A farmer tells you that he wants to buy your farm. Let's assume that your farm is very fertile, which gives you power to sell your farm according to your wish. Now you can demand high amount from buyer, because the farmer can grow more crops and can gain profit from your farm. But you can't increase your farm price all of a sudden. It depends on scarcity of farm. Now if there is a less resource, it means if the things are not available easily, if the things are available in less quantity, you can increase your price. So basically what we got from this topic is the quantity of things decide the cost of it. Just assume the area, the locality, the nearby the farm. You have farm, right? So around your locality there are many farms and there are many good farms like your farm. Then you can't increase rate of your farm too much, as there are too many farms in that area. So the localities, in your locality, basically you can see there are many amount of the quantity is very high, so you can't increase the rate. So we learned that it depends on resources. Now always the scarcity is not a big reason for high amount. There are some other factors like law and government rules. Let me give an example. There is a place in London called Green Belt. Farming is illegal in this area. So hence there is a scarcity of farming in this area. So farm will be of very high amount. So let's take an example of oil. The countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, which produces oil. These countries, in these countries the rates of oils are common. It's of low cost basically, but the countries where it is exported, there the rates of oils are very high, which helps them to make a good profit for this Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Iraq, which produces oil. It's all about the demand and supply. So let me give you one more example. So you heard about Starbucks, I guess. Starbucks charges for one coffee cappuccino is $2.25, and still people are ready to pay for it. There are more than 1,000 people spending daily $2.25 for it. But why? Did you thought? Because the Starbucks have advantage in their location. Location plays an important role. They have their location. The location of Starbucks is near exit of a train station on the side of the road. Hence the rent is also high. People at morning are rushing to office quickly, and also they are allowed to drink coffee. Hence their priority makes a difference. Those customers are willing to pay for coffee, which increases their rents. The land rents also increases. So I guess now you have a doubt in your mind that who earns more profit? Is the Starbucks or the guy who has rented the land? The answer is the guy who has rented the land earns more profit than the Starbucks, because it's their location. They decide amount. They can choose any coffee shops. They have that power. So nobody is interested to take coffee shop in that region where there are more coffee shops, because they are finding bargaining power. Hence they sign exclusive agreement with one of the coffee shops. This gives them bargaining strength. So this was the part 1 of our book called The Undercover Economist. We'll be back with part 2. Thank you.